Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jake and James podcast. I'm James,
And I'm Jake.
and this is the podcast where we answer random questions that we find in random places because you guys won't send us any.
Correct.
So
We've decided that answering questions is the best way to go because
it's
talking about ourselves isn't that fun.
and it's difficult coming up with topics that we can fill half an hour to 45 minutes with.
Right.
So we find these strange questions that are hopefully entertaining,
Mm-hmm.
and we go with that.
Right. All
This
right.
paper's loud. I just hit my microphone. Okay.
I'll do a great start. So, how many questions do you have?
I have around 8 to 10, but we probably won't go do all of them. We'll probably won't get past like 4 or 5.
We'll see how many. How good are they?
Uh, let's just say I went through about 30 questions.
Okay, so you picked
So
the best of the bunch.
they should be decent.
Perfect.
Okay, so before we get into the questions, what's new with you in this 2-week period since our last podcast?
Yes, I think we should mention that we did not take a. We skipped last week, so we're back again
Yes,
a
we
week
skipped
later.
last week because of 4th of July and because
And
of scheduling issues.
right, so we just thought it'd be easier to skip that. But yeah, we found a new day to record on, so
Yeah, we
everything
know.
should be going smoothly from now on. So no more scheduling conflicts, hopefully. So
Because,
what's new
yeah.
with me? Nothing's that new. I've just been going to work, enjoying making money. Not a lot of money, but money nonetheless. And nothing really interesting's happened to me in the last 2 weeks. How about you?
It's been the same again. It
This
was
is
my
see, this
answer.
is why we have to answer questions and not talk about ourselves on the podcast because
Our lives are
I
just
don't
not all that interesting.
know.
It's.
I saw your pictures. You went to some waterfall place. What was that?
I went on this hike that's like
Cool.
45 minutes from where I live. I
That's
had to
cool.
go at like 8 in the morning after staying up till 2 because of work. But that was fun. But yeah, so we went on this like mile-and-a-half hike that led to this waterfall that I climbed to the top of.
It looked really cool.
Yes, it was definitely the best hike I've been on since I got here
Cool.
because it's not every day that you climb a waterfall. And I actually
That's fair.
touched the waterfall. The
Cool.
pictures, I was standing in like this little cave
Yeah.
because, well, no one's gonna be able to see the picture unless you go to my Instagram actually.
Plug it.
Yes. Yeah, check out my Instagram, jpressa, all one word. You can see all my pictures of my life that I don't post often.
I
Uh,
thought of something while you were talking. I was still listening, but I did think of something that I did this week. I went to the guitar store, played some guitars, played an $1,000 guitar. That was fun.
the green one.
Well, not the green one. That
Not the
was a
green one.
bass, and it was not $1,000, but it was like super green. It was pretty cool. Wouldn't buy it, but it
Yeah, I
was
saw
kind of fun.
the green one on your Instagram that is
Yes,
private, so
it's
I'm
my
not gonna
private.
shout it out.
Right.
Plug it in.
That's only for my own funnies. I'm only allowed to.
I think at some point,
Some point we should have a public one. That would be kind of fun.
mine's public.
Oh, that's fair. So,
I don't have a
we should
private.
have a podcast one. I should maybe set that up.
Yeah, unfortunately, social medias don't find my phone number to exist, so
That's so weird.
I have to like struggle to set one up. Well,
Yeah.
Twitter doesn't, because I tried to set up a Twitter for this podcast and it just
Hmm.
doesn't like my phone number.
So weird. I don't know
So that's
why.
your job.
I guess I will figure that out. Give me something to do while I'm doing nothing at work. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, so last week, well, I said so 3 times. But anyway, last week you were talking about how all you did for your job was mess with the computer all day. Has that changed
Mhm.
yet?
Um, kind of. I was doing some things on the computer. I was actually being productive, so that was nice. So I'm not a complete waste of their time doing things there. And then I also got to do some. I looked at what's it called? What's the name of what I was doing? Inventory.
Uh,
So I would write down what we had, and that was it, and put it in a spreadsheet. It was pretty fun though, because I got to be out and about doing things. So that was fun.
Inventory's terrible.
I mean, my back hurt after lifting things, which makes me seem like a total wimp, but the packages were heavy.
So with my job, they're opening another store not too far from where mine is.
Oh.
The owners of this one have like 8 stores.
Oh, okay, so they've franchised a bunch of them.
They made a lot of them, so they're opening another one. So like, our GM is going to that store because she lives closer to it.
Okay, so
And
who's going to be your manager? Who's going to be the new one?
the current we have a general manager and then just a normal manager. So the
Mhm.
normal manager is becoming the general manager.
Then who's going to be the normal
I
manager?
don't know if we're gonna have a normal manager.
You should request to be the new normal manager.
No, I'm not. I don't want that job.
I mean, it'd probably pay more.
They only make like $11 an hour.
That's
It's more than I make.
$4 more than you make. So,
But no, because what I'm doing is there's a position at my work called a shift lead, which is essentially manager. They just don't have as much work,
oh, okay.
and they make more money. But yeah, so when the manager that becomes a general manager, she's already told me that I'm more than likely going to be the shift lead,
Oh, cool.
which means that the current shift lead we have will probably become the manager. But
Cool.
yeah, that should be a pay increase. But
Yeah.
the reason why I brought this up is you mentioned inventory, and that is one of the shift lead's responsibilities.
Ooh, fun counting.
Actually, the fortunate thing is we have an app
That helps.
that everything is connected, and we just scan a barcode thing. Not
Oh, that's so easy.
QR
I had to
code.
write things down.
But it doesn't always work.
That makes things more difficult.
And it can be off because sometimes people take things
Oh, they steal from.
or employees will take something that they're not supposed to have
Ah,
or something.
stealing pizza dough.
Well, we throw out so much pizza dough. But
Why don't you? You should just make bread out of it and eat it.
it's old. It doubles in size.
That
Sometimes
because all the
triples.
Ew,
And it's
that's
just-
disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty
This is
bad.
why I'd never work at a pizza place because I'd probably never eat pizza again.
I don't eat pizza anymore. That's not true.
Which is, well, I mean,
I try not to eat pizza, but it's the only
Probably-
thing there.
that's true. You'd probably like pizza better if it was from somewhere else.
Oh, I had a pizza from Kroger, which is the
That's the
Publix up
grocery.
here,
Yeah.
and it's so good.
Is it? Huh. I've heard Kroger is just good in general.
I like Kroger. It's Publix with a different sign. Like even the walls look like Publix. If you were blindfolded and shoved into either a Publix or a Kroger,
You wouldn't be able to tell the
you wouldn't
difference, really.
know, and as long as there was no like logos,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
Not really. There's very.
I mean,
boring.
kind of. It's good that our podcast has taken off to the point where we're discussing grocery stores.
See, the realization that not too long from now I'll probably have the grocery shop for myself.
Yeah, that's interesting to think about. I think about that from time to time.
It's,
I have a larger family, so I'm just gonna be like used to buying gallons of milk, and I'll be like, come home and like, why do I have all this milk? I'll just have it.
you're gonna have like 6 gallons. And
6
it's
gallons
just
of milk,
you.
like 15 boxes of cereal. It's like, oh man.
Well, you need to move here so that because I was looking at apartments and all I could find in my price range were 2-bedroom apartments, and they weren't actually in my price range; they were over my price range.
But I have school. I'm trapped here because of school.
Well,
I'm a slave to school.
quit.
Quit. I need to live for school.
There's
That's all I do.
schools here.
It's true.
No, but I just need to find a roommate because
You have to get on Operation Meet People,
That's hard.
which is hard.
But yeah, but in December there's a studio apartment in this one place it's opening up. But that's
Oh, cool.
December.
Christmas.
December
Christmas.
19th.
Should tell your parents. I know what I want for Christmas to leave. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's not that I want to leave, it's just, it's always fun to. Not fun. What am I saying? It. I want to experience being on my own.
Yeah, that's understandable. I
My
mean, I think it'll always be interesting.
yeah, my parents suggested that at some point I go on a solo camping trip
Oh, that'd be
just
fun.
on my own, and it sounded great because I'd get to be on my own for like a week.
A week?
Oh, I'd
That's
go
a
for a
good
full
idea.
week.
I should do that. Except around here, there's no good places to camp unless you want to get eaten by like
Everything?
alligators. Everything, every imaginable creature that could eat you probably lives here.
Dragons live there.
Dragons. Wouldn't
Well,
be
yeah,
surprised. Super weird stuff.
alligators.
Alligators,
Dragons,
snakes.
same thing. Snakes, yeah.
Stay out of the south part of the U.S., please. It's not
Hmm.
good here.
Well, far south. I'm still technically in the south, and it's perfect here.
That's true.
We
It
don't have
snows there though,
reptiles.
and you have icicles and stuff, which we don't get here. So
Yeah, I saw an icicle once, and then
I
my
haven't
brother
seen an
broke it,
icicle
and I
in a
was
long
kind
time.
of sad. I wanted to see how long it would get, and then he punched it.
Ah,
So it
what a
didn't get
shame.
very long. Only like a foot.
Poor popsicle.
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 Those are
I
everywhere.
I could get a popsicle here pretty easily. Anyhow, we should
Anyway,
probably get to the questions
let's
because
go
I mean, or
ahead.
we don't have to. Or we could keep talking about solo camping trips, which I should go on, except shouldn't. But it'd be fun though.
You should go on one here when you move here.
When
Because it'll happen, even if I
Yes.
have to kidnap you.
One day maybe. Who knows? Who knows what I'll be doing in
You'll
tomorrow?
find yourself kidnapped with a job having to pay $300 in rent.
How much is an apartment up there? I was gonna ask.
From what I'm looking at, in the area I want, around 650
A month?
a month for 2 bedrooms.
600. That's expensive.
For 2 bedrooms, no. If you're where you live, they're like 1,000 for a 1 bedroom.
Well, I know, but I mean, like, still, apartments are expensive.
Well, yeah, it's a house.
But it's not even a real house because you can't even like do anything with it. You're just renting it.
Let's just say this: if you were to buy a house, it would cost you about $200,000. Not a lot of people first starting out have $200,000,
That's true.
so it's kind of their best case, which is why they're so expensive.
Right.
Because so many people have to.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should we
Fun
should
times.
probably get into the questions.
This is very exciting so far.
Yeah, guys, welcome to our life issues.
life issues and discussing rent. This has been a fun segment. Let's get into the more interesting part.
Okay, so for our first
Question time.
You're a reverse burglar. You don't steal, you give. But you still cause your victims to suffer. What do you give
Oh my.
them?
I pour fire ants in their bed. Ants in the bed, and I unleash bees. I hide bees in their house too. No, I don't know.
Oh,
Make
hello.
them suffer by giving
Uh,
them something.
We have
So are you talking like?
Oh,
Here,
real
go
quick,
ahead.
we have our first chat from this podcast.
What? We have a chat?
Uh, yes, I can't see their name well because of the distance my computer is. But you know who you are. Just can't read it.
Welcome to our podcast. Hope you enjoy our question and answer time. Anyway, okay, question. You have to give something to someone, but make them
Yes.
suffer. Okay, so there's a few ways you could do this. So it could be something very straightforward, but I feel like it'd be more interesting if you found something that could be something that they don't immediately recognize that you're doing. Like giving them like fast food coupons or something. Sneaking them in their house.
Fat.
And then you can just like watch over a period of like 20 years. If you're in for the long con, then that's a great option.
Definitely. What if it was
Depends on the amount of
something?
time you have.
It was something like
And if you're on a time crunch, then just ants.
something like a baby.
A baby, just give them a baby. It's like, no, what do I do with this? It's like, well, I guess I'm a dad now.
Or you just go even worse. You're like a baby giraffe.
Yeah, I feel like giving like a baby animal. Well, no, you hide like you put like animals in their house, but they don't immediately know that they're there. So like
Open
they're
your
just like a few
closet one
months
day
ago.
and
That's
it's
like
just
what
a
on earth?
baby
But there's like
giraffe.
and then there's just like a bunch of squirrels running around. Like where did these come from? But they're used to living there. They just kind of eventually wandered out.
Or like you could even go for the rotten milk in the fridge.
Yes, or you could. Well, if you're a reverse burglar, that implies that you could like break into places too. So you could like rotten milk in the walls. It's like gas, dump it in the walls.
Okay, what burglar opens the walls?
Well,
There'd be like rotten milk in the bathroom or something.
well, like I just assume that they'd have like some sort of a. Well, I mean, I guess if you're a burglar, you don't want people to know what you've done.
Well, yeah, that's why you put it in the
What if
fridge.
someone was hiding their gold in the walls? That could be something. Just a
That's
chest of
pretty
gold.
doubtful.
That's definitely something people
But
do.
yeah, but you're wanting them to suffer, so it's gonna have to be like, oh, I poured the milk and this rotten.
I still like my aunt's answer or fast food. Those are my two
fast food
answers.
coupons, or just like every day you break in and you just leave a pizza.
Yeah, there you go. And then they're like, probably wouldn't take all that long to see a
A
noticeable
pizza with
change in
like
the
12 toppings.
just fill up the biggest pizza you can get, like extra large, double cheese.
So they're gonna be fat in no time.
Oh yeah. Do you have to like go give it to them, like hand it to them, or just do something in
You're
their house?
you're
It
you're
sounds like just do something in their house,
you're just
but
doing something in their
okay.
house, but it's in leaving something there.
You could leave a fire behind.
What if I just like left Legos all over the floor?
Yeah, like going at night and
Leave
trying to get out
Legos
of bed. Oh, someone there.
or
It'd
nails.
be terrible.
So yeah, I'd do something like that. I'd go for like the milk, the rotten milk in the fridge, or the Legos on right next to the bed.
That's really cruel. I still like ants or fast food.
You put
That's
ants
my
in the beds.
ants.
Or if you wanted to be extreme, go for the baby giraffe.
Baby giraffe. There you go.
Nobody knows how to take care of those.
They wouldn't even like know what to do with it. Like you can't like call someone to pick it up or something. It's like it's a giraffe.
Oh, yeah, because imagine trying to call and be like, "Excuse me, can you come and pick up this giraffe?" in
It's
my
like how did
house?"
first of all you'd get in a lot of trouble because like there's not a lot of reasons you should have a giraffe in the first place. It's like they don't just like show up. It's like man, giraffe again. Come on. It's like you shouldn't have a giraffe to begin with, so they're gonna be suspicious. So I can see that being a problem.
Yes, definitely. Or like you got or something that doesn't fit through the door as well, like a baby elephant or
Elephant. There you go. And think of all the damage that would do. That'd be
full-grown
horrible.
lion.
Lion. It's like I will leave behind 15 lions. Just let them run around in the house. Just lions everywhere.
Or if you want to be really cruel, just put a handful of pennies on the table every day.
I got it. I figured it out. This is what you do. You release mice in the house and you number them 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6.
It's perfect.
that is what you do.
Just no. Okay, since you put them in a tank, you put them in
Oh,
like a
there you
tank.
go.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, and you leave the lid slightly cracked. This way they have no clue where these mice came from, and there's one missing.
I changed my answer. That's what it's gonna be now. Mice.
That's the perfect.
Because it's cruel, but not too cruel, but just cruel enough to where it's like
And much smaller than a giraffe.
exactly.
Okay, so the next question. Would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into the future or 10 minutes into the future of anyone else?
I'd say 10 minutes into my own future. That's easy.
It would be easy in some situations.
Because, like, I don't necessarily. Well, hmm.
Knowing what happened
There's
isn't going
different
to be fun,
things.
though.
It could. Yeah. Well,
If
how
you
many times?
know,
Like, is this like a one-time event?
I'm guessing it's whenever. Because
Whenever.
it
Okay.
says the
Because if
future.
it was a one-time event, that would be really silly to just like waste it on some random person. Like, oh, what's Bertha doing for the next 10 minutes? Oh, nothing. Oh, cool.
It's not they're changing their name from Bertha. Sorry, any Berthas out there.
I'd see 10 minutes into my own future, and here's why. So I could, well, then again,
Life wouldn't be as fun if you knew what was going to happen.
yeah, exactly. Because would it really be any different though? Because like skipping 10 minutes, like it's hard to say that like anything super surprising is going to happen in the next 10 minutes.
Well, with my life, it's, well, within the next 10 minutes, I'm going to get another order at work.
Exactly. So I feel like so it could be useful to see 10 minutes into someone else's future. Then you could like stop something. So like imagine like you saw someone and then you saw 10 minutes into their future and they were going to do something or something's going to happen to them. Then you could save them. Whereas for me, if I was to see my own future, then I was like, oh, yep, another spreadsheet.
I would totally do the, you know what, I bet in like 5 minutes you're going to like trip on a rock.
There you
5 minutes in, they trip on a rock.
You know what you do? You just hang out at the casino, and then you see what the winning numbers are. You see who wins, and then you just go and steal that from them. Like, oh, I'm taking that card.
Well, if it's 10 minutes into the future, you can't change it.
You can't.
You wouldn't be able to change it.
That's true.
You just know it happens because you're seeing into the future. It's set.
Right.
Like if you tried to change it, I'm imagining the same thing's gonna happen. So
it would probably be inevitable. No matter what you do, it would somehow end up working out the way it has.
Some guy's gonna be like, oh, 10 minutes, you're gonna accidentally step in front of a car. So you're gonna grab him, pull him away from the car, and then the car's gonna like jump the curb or something.
Something is going to happen to her. So if you can't do anything about it, I'd say at this point, yeah, if you can't make any changes, like you said, the best thing to do is just practical jokes. Practical. Like, I bet you're gonna. I bet you in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, this is gonna happen.
You just wait really till the last 10 minutes of a game and then throw in like $1,000.
There you go.
It would just be someone else's feature. You just think of somebody else watching the show.
Exactly. That's probably the best option.
Okay, so now that we've butchered that question, let's move on to the next one. If you had 25 hours and everyone else had 24, what would you do with the extra hour?
Sleep. Next question. Just kidding.
I mean, sleeping wouldn't be a bad...
Okay, so would this just be an extra hour of, like, everyone else is just frozen and I'm minding my own business?
I'm assuming it's like last podcast where everything is frozen, but everything...
Like you could I could get up out of
my frozen. Everyone is so you could.
My mind immediately goes to just more practical jokes. Like think about all the stuff I could do in an hour just to mess with people, like move things or.
I mean, yeah, jokes would be fun. You could do the whole. Oh, I'm gonna get more work done, but who wants to do that?
You'd be more productive, which wouldn't end up happening. I mean, you could watch an hour's more worth of YouTube instead of studying. It's happened to me before. Hey, we have a new person, Ozzy0859. Welcome.
I am the Doctor. Is that a Doctor Who reference?
Likely. Hello, fellow Doctor Who fan. You have 2 of them right here.
Yes.
You're in good company.
See, I like taking time to stop and talk like this.
Who's my favorite Doctor? Favorite Doctor. Okay, good question.
I love this question.
My favorite Doctor is number 12, closely followed by number 10. Almost tied. 12 has the peak, though. I don't know. I just like his monologues. James, who's your favorite Doctor?
I really like Doctor number 12 as well. He's just great.
I don't know why people don't like him. He's great. I love his sense of humor and everything. I don't know. But, okay, and you gotta give love to Matt Smith, too. 11
he's my second.
Matt Smith's so good, too. It's hard to rank them, because they're so different. I don't know.
But you have Matt Smith with his fish fingers and custard, but then you have
Exactly.
the 12th Doctor rolling in a medieval time on a tank with an electric guitar.
That was like my favorite scene. Oh, that was.
There's just nothing better than that.
I was looking for a tank for my fish. I may have ordered online. You'll get that in around 2,000 years. Or not 2,000, it was 1,000.
10
I
is
can't
good
remember.
too.
It's been a while. 10? Yeah, 10 is so good. So many good moments with 10. So, I respect that. See, it's hard to pick. I'd say I don't know. I'd go as far as saying that they're tied, just because they're so different, though. So, like I said, it's hard to compare.
Do we have sonic screwdrivers? I have all of the modern ones. I don't have the old ones.
I do not have any, but you have 9 and 10s, 11, 12s, other 12s, and
I have 9 through 12. I
Yeah.
have 9 through 13.
oh, you have 13 too, right?
Yeah, 9 through 13. I looked at the old ones, but they all look the same.
Yeah, the new screwdrivers are definitely a lot more unique. Oh, you have all of them? That's cool.
So this won't be in the podcast.
No, it can. Let's do it. I vote for leaving it in.
Okay, I'll leave it in.
Leave it in, because I think that should be interesting, having us interact with the chat, because there's not a lot of other podcasts that do that.
Oh, we'll have a Interact with the Chat podcast one day.
We should do it now. This is it. Today is the
No
day.
way. You got
Wait,
it
really?
signed
Oh,
by
that's so
Matt
cool.
Smith?
Got it signed by Matt Smith. When did you meet him?
When?
Was that like a convention or something?
I've never had a moment like this where I actually couldn't speak because of something someone said. That is awesome.
At a convention? Cool. Man, I'd love to meet at least... I don't know. It'd be so cool to be able to meet all of them one day. I mean, I doubt it'll ever happen, but maybe if I'm up for some traveling to meet all the doctors.
I wanted to go to that.
Go to what?
Comic-Con.
Yeah. They have I don't know. You have to be on the lookout, see if there's any ever around, either here or where you live. Yeah, that's really cool, though. That's really cool.
Hey, Matt Smith, if you're listening,
Yeah, remember?
I have a screwdriver for you to sign.
Why would Matt Smith be listening to this?
I'm sure one day he'll listen.
It's just Matt Smith had nothing to do.
Okay, so
All right, that was really fun. Thanks for sharing.
this is so far the best podcast we've done.
Definitely. It's fun to interact with people. My friend went to New York. He almost saw 10th. I was like, dude, man, that would be so cool. Yeah, thank you. I think we're pretty
Thanks.
cool as well.
No one's ever told me I was cool before.
Today's the day, my friend. We've made it to being cool. It's taken this long.
Officially cool. I'll have to get a plaque.
Hang it up in the back.
Officially cool.
Oh, yeah.
What's our Spotify? Okay, everywhere. I don't know how we manage this, but literally everywhere we're Jake and James, except on YouTube. You can also find us on YouTube. It's a Jake and James podcast on YouTube, but you can search Jake and James.
I see we have a fellow Funko Pop fan in here. How many do you have? I have way too many.
Yeah, they're hard to see, but they're in
Hard
his
to see.
background.
You can see the bottom 2 rows are Doctor Who. I have most of the commons and quite a few of the exclusives, so it's pretty cool.
I'm out of this conversation. I don't do pops, I do amiibos.
You can see them sitting up in the background there.
They're so much harder to see.
Yes.
Got
All right.
some-
We should jump into another question.
Yes,
If you guys have any questions, fire them off in the comments or in the chat.
Yes, definitely do that. They're so much more fun than what I could find or come up with. I didn't come up with any of these. This is a question that it's going to be a short one, but it's just something that I'm mostly wondering.
Mhm.
How much does someone have to pay you to never use the internet again?
Okay, so that's challenging because so much of what is required for just daily functioning needs the internet. Like everything revolves around the internet,
The internet is life.
which is kind of scary when you think about it. But like everything, like school, you need the internet for like what else? Banking. A lot of people do their banking online. There's just a lot of uses for the internet that would be kind of hard to avoid, right? So I think it would be pretty easy to adjust, but starting out it would be pretty hard. I don't know how much money I'd need though.
You couldn't even do school anymore without the internet.
That's true because yeah, you're right because everything's homework. Take homework online. I mean, mm, that would be
Everything's
tricky.
online. I think my microphone's having issues still.
Oh, it sounds fine on my end. So
Okay, hopefully it's not. Maybe it's just my.
okay, Ozzy in the chat has a question. If you could get anything signed, who would it be? By if
By who?
sorry, I read that wrong. If you get anything signed by who would it be? So anything that I would want to have signed.
I'm gonna ignore the grammar mistake.
It's fine. It's the chat. No one cares. Let's see. So my initial thought would be, since I collect Funko Pops, it would be pretty cool to have a Funko Pop signed by one of the actors who portrayed them in the film. So maybe one of the doctors. That would be really cool. See, if I was going to meet any of the doctors, I would pick 10 because he just seems like David Tennant just seems like such a great guy. So I definitely want to meet 10. So maybe having my 10th Doctor Funko Pop signed by him would be pretty cool.
Can I get Kirby to sign something for me?
Kirby. Do you see him in the back?
I got a Kirby up there.
You could get the guy who
Sorry.
does Kirby's voice. I mean, all he does is go into a studio and like scream, and then they pitch it up. That's Kirby.
That's Kirby. Rose. Oh, he's talking to you. Do you have Rose?
Rose, I do have Rose. I got she's hiding behind the door frame there. Let's see. I have Rose, Jack Harkness, River Song, and Clara. That's all I have for companions.
Did you ever buy the Missy?
Missy. Oh yeah, Missy's up there too. But Missy's not technically
She's
a
not a
companion.
companion, but I was just wondering if you.
Yeah, I got
Unless you're
Missy.
going to.
As you can see, 12 and Cyberman both are fallen over. I haven't put them back up yet. Can you see that in the frame? I can't. Yeah, they're both
I can
there.
see Spider-Man.
Whoops. Here we go. We have another question from Christian. If you could do any voice from Doctor Who would it be?
If I could be the voice.
Yes, if you could do the voice of anyone.
I
I
can't
think
do
it'd
a
be fun.
British
Oh,
accent.
go ahead. What was that?
I can't do I can do accents fairly well, but I've just always had issues with the British ones.
You know what?
British
I would
accent.
totally be a Dalek. That's exactly who I would be. That would be fun.
Oh, I
Just
forgot that there's other
that would be so.
characters.
I would do Dalek or Cyberman just because that would be the easiest one to do, and I think it would be fun because like then you wouldn't immediately know that it was my voice because I'm not a good actor at all. So I could hide behind the machine sounds.
If I tried hard enough, I could definitely do the Scottish accent of the 12th Doctor.
Probably. You could be 12th Doctor.
I just have to listen to a Scottish accent. I can't.
You
do
could
it off the
probably
top of my
perfect it
head
after
right
a
now.
while.
Yeah, but I know I can do Scottish.
Yeah. You can on our 100th episode, you have to show us your Scottish accent.
You're gonna have to remind me to.
It's gonna be a while. All right, Ozzy has another question. Do you guys watch Stranger Things? I have
No.
not seen Stranger Things.
I've
I know
wanted
this
to
third
watch
season
it,
just
actually.
came out, but I've not seen it.
It
I've
just
not
came
seen
out
any
on
of it.
Netflix.
Yeah.
It's been out for a while.
Homework, you should watch it. I don't have Netflix, so
I'd like to watch it.
you should. It's supposedly really good. I know some people who've watched it and they really like it, so
I like scary things, so
yeah. Apparently the third season's really scary. That's what I've heard. Like scarier than the other two.
hopefully.
So that's interesting enough.
Would you get stage 4 cancer? Would you get stage 4 cancer? Have a survival chance of 30%, but if you beat it, you get 3 wishes from a fat genie. But yeah, so would I take stage 4 cancer with 30% survival? No.
No, I would not either.
the, the fat genie can just go away.
I would avoid the fat genie. Christian, would you rather be the first person to explore a new planet or invent a new drug that cures a deadly disease? I would much rather cure a deadly disease than explore a new planet. I'm not 100%. I don't love traveling and I don't like going places. So I would much rather um, help people by creating a new drug. How about you?
Um, I don't know if I'm a terrible person, but my mind went directly to the financial part of both. Uh, I and financially, because everyone there's always got to be the financial guy. You would do
Mhm.
better inventing the drug, and I would choose it either way because it's better to help people.
Yeah.
But I think I need to work on that because it can't be the first thing I think about.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, a new drug, a deadly disease. I'd want it to be cheap.
Mm. Yeah. Make it accessible.
Give it away with the meal.
Yeah, yeah. Put it in like with Lunchables or
I want it to be the fortune cookie of.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought it would be kind of cool to invent something. So yeah, there you go. Thank you,
Although
Christian, for that
exploring a
question.
planet would be fun.
Exploring a planet would be pretty interesting, though. We haven't talked about that at all. So, but then there's like all the unknowns about like, is it like what kind of dangers are out there? You know, how how long am I going to be here? Like, what kind of supplies are you going to bring with you to a planet you've like a brand new planet?
Yeah. Can I invent the drug on the new planet?
There you go. Best of both worlds.
That's my answer. Both.
Both, all of it.
Uh, no, I'd invent the drug.
Yeah.
Have you heard of nuclear Boy Scout? No.
What?
That's a question. Have you guys heard of nuclear Boy Scout? I've never heard of it. No clue what
No,
it is.
neither have I. Oh,
Alright.
that guy. Yes, I do know that guy. Nuclear Boy Scout. I watched a video about him like a year ago.
Wait, you can build a nuclear reactor?
Okay, so he was ordering illegal substances, not like drugs, but like I can't remember what it was.
So okay,
Right.
so
Yeah, so he wasn't following safety protocols and suspicious purchases led the FBI to find him. So it was like a shed in his mom's backyard, right? That he built a nuclear reactor and it spread. It was very bad, very bad. Suggest looking that up if you haven't. It's really interesting.
he did it for a merit badge.
I
I
mean,
didn't know about this. I I need to
should look it up. There's a video on it on YouTube.
do
I've
more
seen it.
stuff that are interesting. This is why we need you guys. This is all I've got. My next best question is which Marvel Universe character would you like to date?
Thor, because lightning. Next.
No, thank you, Thor.
You don't want to be Thor?
No, would you like to date?
Oh, date? I thought you said B. Oh. Well, well, that made things weird, didn't it?
Uh,
For the record, I don't want to date Thor. I'd love to be Thor because lightning powers and he's ripped, but that's neither of those are reasons why I date him. So there you go.
well, he's not ripped anymore.
Just be this fat guy. I could be that in real life, except the lightning powers, and I wouldn't date him either. Neither state. I would not date Thor. I just want to make that clear. Thank you. You go first. I'm still kind of hurt by mishearing that.
The issue with it is there's not a lot of female Marvel superheroes.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't have to be a superhero.
No, just any character.
But Why would you go for someone who's not a superhero? Wouldn't that
Just think about how much worse you'd feel about yourself if they're out doing cool things. It's like, yep, I'm just sitting around. Hey.
Yeah, that is true. I'd actually be kind of mad. Yeah, that wouldn't go well. Okay, so that one, I don't know her name anymore. You remember in Captain America, there's the Patty, right? The one that the girl that Captain America likes.
Oh, her, yeah.
Not her. Her. I think it's her niece.
Oh, her? Okay, that's who you would date?
I think that's who I'd have to go for. She's the best. Just going by appearance, because I don't know any of these people. But yeah, I'd have to go for her. You've watched more of them, more Marvel than I have. And
Really? I don't think so.
You've watched the Iron Man. I never watched the Iron Man.
Okay, Iron Man's a great one. Okay, so I just saw Far From Home the other day,
Have you watched that?
and
one?
I also liked Spider-Man: Homecoming. So just because she's one of the newer characters, I'd probably pick MJ just because she's more interesting than all of the rest of them.
I haven't seen Far From Home, so there's like a whole.
There's a lot of character development in that movie that you don't get in Homecoming, so you'd have to see that before making that decision. But that's who I'd pick.
Unfortunately, both
And
of us
not Thor.
are very socially awkward. So this is actually a hard question. Okay, so now that the whole end of the podcast was ruined by my bad question choices.
Would you like to live forever or die in the next 5 minutes?
And this will probably be the last question because we've been going for an hour now.
Yeah, this is deep.
Live forever just does it doesn't. People would you would think that it would be cool, but it would just get so boring.
Well, if we're going to get philosophical here, I would probably pick death because I believe in life after death, as in heaven. So I prefer to live in heaven forever instead of Earth. So that's why I would pick.
Yeah,
Because you're living, and from what I believe, you're living eternally either way. So
that is true. And Earth is just boring. So yeah,
you run out of things to do, and you just have to, think of all the people that you'd have to say goodbye to. That'd just be rough.
I definitely choose the same thing. Just
So,
kill me
while
now.
it wouldn't be fun to die in the next 5 minutes, and I don't hope to, that's what I would pick.
We'd be on camera.
Christian says, great answer. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. We'd be on camera too. This would be like
How about we just trap doing this podcast forever? Oh dear.
ever.
Imagine how badly it would devolve.
So, anyways, that is our last question for this podcast. Don't
Yes.
forget to tune in next Sunday for
Sunday nights.
as long as
We're
there's
gonna
no
be
scheduling issues for our
for anyone who wants to be live in the chat. Sunday nights.
Sunday
Um,
night live in the
we-
chat.
We start around anytime from 10 to 11 Eastern time. So if you want to join us again, that's likely when we'll be doing it. Podcast will probably start at 10:30ish, so it's kind of late, but
And unfortunately, because of issues with YouTube, we've decided we're not using it anymore.
So we're just going to upload the videos to YouTube
We're uploading the
instead
videos
of,
to YouTube.
and
You
then
can-
just streaming here. It's easier.
Yeah, you can leave questions in the comment section of our latest video.
And we'll
And
be
we'll look at
sure to
those.
check those.
But we won't have a chat on YouTube. You'll have to come to Twitch to be able to be in the live chat.
Hmm.
But yes, also you can also, like we said before, email at us. I can't say it the normal way. Email us at jakeandjames.gp@gmail.com. And if you want to find this podcast, it's like an actual podcast.
Sounds.
Yes, so it's on Spotify, Google Music, iTunes, Castbox, which is an app on the phone, if anyone doesn't know. I mean, if you really want to find the main source of the podcast, you can look it up on TalkShoe.
I've not heard of talk shoe. It's a good thing I don't run this.
But yeah, so those are all the places you can find us. Everywhere it's Jake and James, except on YouTube where it's Jake and James Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thank you all for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Yeah,
questions.
we enjoyed the questions. It makes it much more interesting for the two of us.
So much more. I
So
downloaded it on
talk about.
Spotify. Thanks for that. Yes.
Thanks for the download. We appreciate it.
Yes, it's so much easier on.
And-
I forgot what I was saying.
This is only our third podcast, so we're relatively new to this. So thank you for your patience with our shenanigans. Things are bound to not work out, but we do our best.
Yes. And we post on Thursdays.
Yes, videos and video and podcasts are all posted on Thursday. So
I can't promise the video. The podcast itself is on Thursday. The video is whenever I get around to it. Because I'm really bad at thumbnails.
Yeah.
I just realized that we have never been telling people where to find us. So yeah. Well, just to go with what I say every time, we'll let you guys listen to us in the next podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.